Hey guys, this is Fuse, and today we're going to go over a pretty special hero. In this game, there's a kind of a bad rap with single target hitters. And I even hesitated to do a spotlight on this champ because Crutraxa is a void legendary hero. And they're so hard to get, but here's the thing, I'm an average player like you. I pulled her fairly early on, and the truth is, all I could find when I tried to find out more about her, basically there was a consensus that she's a really strong attacker, and that's really all I could find on her. But she's so much more than just that, and being a single target attacker, she's got more than that. Let's look at what she can do. Her A1, simple and amazing. A 4-hitter, it ignores 50% of defense. Like, come on. I mean, it's built into the move. You don't even have to have that savage set to ignore 50% of the enemy's defense. And a 4-hitter, you pair her up with somebody like Coldheart, who has a 4-hitter A1, throw them against the Fire Knight. Absolutely amazing. You can tear the shield down in just a couple of moves. She's truly, and this A1 and her A2 are both godlike attacks. They're in the top 15% of all champs in the game. She's super strong. She does have an aura that increases attack in all battles by 24. Useful if you're trying to up your damage. Her A2. Now this one, we're going to get into her build when we talk about this, but it's an amazing move. It hits hard. This hits like a truck. On top of that, it has a 100% chance when booked of placing the big version of Weaken. It also has a 100% chance of removing 2 buffs from the target. Then it grants an extra turn. So if you think about this, if you're the shield's down on the Fire Knight, if your A1's up, you get 4 hits. Well, let's say the shield's up. Sorry, we're trying to tear the shield down. 4 hits is hard to come by in this game. But if her A2 is up, she's going to take this hit and instantly get another move, taking her A1 5 hits on that shield. Super amazing. And we're going to show these things do hit very hard. This will hit, you got to remember it's a 4-hitter. And this one just flat out smacks people. Smacks them. They don't forget it either. I promise. Now, these are all single target attacks, but having the A2 bring you right back into your A1 means that in arena, she can pick the 2 biggest threats and just take them out. Both of them. 50% of the team wiped. Also, her passive is super cool. She places Revive on Death for 2 rounds for 2 turns every round. Flat out, if she dies, she brings herself back to life. Also, when she kills an enemy, she places Revive on Death on herself, so she can take her A2, kill somebody, A1, try to kill somebody. Now Revive on Death is gone, but if she kills them, she's got it put back up until the next turn. As long as she's killing, she has Revive on Death ready to go. Makes her so you can build her as a glass cannon and not be worried about her dying, not as much as normal. Now there are 2 ways to build her because of this A2. You can build her 100% just a nuker, or you can build her with enough accuracy to land the Weaken, and to me, more importantly, to remove 2 random buffs. This is useful when you're up against that Skull Crown. She puts up Unkillable. Well, when it's your turn, you can smack her with this, and if you remove that Unkillable, and she gets to go again instantly and take that enemy out. So there's nothing wrong with Weaken, but on a single target, I think it's much more worth putting accuracy on her for the 2 random buff removal. Now, I did not build her with accuracy. This is, as usual, a build from a long time ago. I'm not too worried about it, though, because it is a good build. I've got almost 5.5k on attack, 220% crit, just a little bit low on crit rate. Isn't that always the story, right, when you're trying to build somebody strong? I actually would not mind getting this up. And on that thought, let's look at her masteries. One thing that now I think is a mistake is this is a good build, and I basically just went down for retribution. But early in the game, I almost always took flawless execution because it's guaranteed extra crit damage. You know, now that I'm a little further in the game, and it's probably the case with all of you, if you're further on in the game, Helm Smasher really starts to become the go-to, especially in arena. The extra chance of proccing another 25% of their defense being ignored on top of the 50 she already has, plus 15 because of the cruel set she's in, that's almost 100% ignored defense. So if I had the free reset, I would probably take Helm Smasher and consider going down my accuracy tree and seeing if I could switch out her banner for an accuracy banner and still get some rolls on attack, which would make her super useful. Now I would have the utility along with the damage. One other thing about my build that is probably not ideal, I went all out attack. The only place that's a problem is I did use attack boots, and that makes her very slow. For right now, she's very slow. But the way I used her in arena, and we'll look at it, that played out perfectly fine for me. I had so much turn meter boost that I could build her to be 100% glass cannon. She just annihilates anything that she doesn't like. And so I tell you what, there's not much else to her kit. I put her in completely cruel set, extra 15% for every 2 of these I'm wearing, and ignoring an extra 5% for each set. That's another 15% of ignored damage on top of the 50. If I had Helm Smasher, we'd be right at 100%. Super cool way to go. And if I may even try to rebuild it right at the end of this, and we'll see. But for now, this is a solid build, really strong. Let's start an arena. I mean, she is just a nightmare in arena. All right, so we'll go up here. Okay, so I already got it set up. This is basically I go speed into speed boost, debuff, and let her pretty much do my damage, at least for now. I typically would probably have like Lord Shazar, his bombs ignore defense. You combine them, I don't even need a debuffer. But matter of fact, the debuffer is not as important when you have somebody who ignores this much defense. We'll go ahead and take him. We'll just show off what she can do. We're not worried about the rest of the team. Alright, so same as always. We're going to boost our speed. We're going to boost it some more. Just make sure that our slow character is going to get to go, because she is slow. But already her turn's coming up. Now Seeker's extra turn, I usually try to, who am I going to be worried about? This Reviver. Maybe I can get a provoke on him. Didn't get it. So we're going to see if we can debuff. We're the wrong affinity almost all the way, but we got some defense down. That's good. And now we're going to boost our turn meter some more and Crutraxa. So we get to pick who we want to go against, who we want to kill. Honestly, in this case, we probably have a very tanky is that Mausoleum Mage, and also this. Let's see if we can take, man, all the health power on that Miscreated, the shields he's gonna give. Let's go after that Miscreated. 160,000. Like, it's like he wasn't even standing there. Heals, revives. Now these guys are shielded up. Let's this is just the A1, the 4-hitter. Look at her just eat people alive. So because she killed him, she's got revive on death. Even though it took 2 turns and got rid of the original 2 turns of it, she has it again because she killed somebody. And you're getting the idea. If she wants to kill somebody, she's pretty much gonna just do it. It's hard to stop her. So he's stunned. There's really nothing to worry about anymore. He'd probably be dead here. She is the only real damage dealer on that team, and she does it, and she does it well, really well. We could show her off all day, but it's pretty much that simple. I mean, you take her in, she's gonna kill things. So let's go right to where the clear, obvious choice. Her affinity, she's void. She doesn't care where you take her. She's gonna be fine on affinity. But Fire Knight with a 4-hit A1 and her A2 making her A1 come right back around with it. I've also got a 2-hitter, a 2-hitter, a 3-hitter, and a 4-hitter sitting beside her. This shield is going to be gone. All we got to do is get to him. That's why Seal of the Drakes is on this team, to make sure that my glass cannon gets there. We're going to tear that shield down in a ridiculous amount of time. If we really wanted to kill him, the boss, faster, I would have War Master on her. I would probably bring a second Cold Heart. But what I'll be curious to see, Cold Heart's going to go in with that big max HP slam against the boss. She does AoEs throughout the regular waves. It's going to be interesting to see if Crutraxa can compare with no max HP damage to what Cold Heart can do here. I'm curious to see how close it'll be. I don't expect a win in the DPS race, but I bet it's pretty close. Her hits are amazing. Let's just slow us down just a second and kind of watch what's going on. We still have Revive on Death on. Seal's here in case that fails. And she's so slow, she's not getting near the turns the other heroes are. That's something else to remember, but man, see, she killed, she's still got Revive on Death. She's safe as she can be. We're just going to pick this up. But just watch, on her turns, we'll watch that damage. I'm seeing a lot of, man, my goodness, 88,000 compared to all these these 15,000s and 8,000s. I saw a 30. Here she'll be up again here. Easy kill there. 4 hits at 16,000. So this went pretty easy. And now we're going to come up on the boss. And the shield. Now, RNG with what move I'm on everybody, but this shield's going to go down so fast. So fast. That was 3 hits. There was 4 hits. There was 1. And then there she goes. We're already into him. Unfortunately, we got into him while he had full turn meter. But his shield's down again already, and he'll never get it back up. Allure will make sure of it. And this is over. So now the only question I have is, against Cold Heart and her big slams, what chance do we have of keeping up with that kind of damage? I suspect it'll be pretty close. I bet she gives her a run for her money. I mean, that's a lot of damage she's putting out. 4 hits at a time. And watch when the A2 comes around. Hopefully it's this next move. Yeah, 77,000. And without War Master, I think she can compete with Cold Heart. We'll find out. But like I say, this is already over. We're just waiting for the end now. But as far as getting down the shield and doing amazing damage throughout the waves and boss, Crutraxa. And this is on any boss and any amount of waves. She's void. So you can take her anywhere that you have room for an amazing damage dealer. And I probably could. We blew it out of the water. She's a million, and Cold Heart didn't quite make it. That's impressive. A single target damage dealer. They're not all trash, I promise you. Crutraxa is absolute proof that they are not garbage. I know they're not. You would always like to have a big AoE hitter, but the way she synergizes within her own kit with the extra turn and constantly keeping herself where she can revive, it's just hard to beat. So any of these dungeons, you can take her anywhere. She clearly, on this smaller stuff, your Void Keep and your Arcane Keep, she could just wreck it so fast. She's honestly good everywhere, absolutely everywhere. So in Faction Wars, demons are not she's amazing to have in Faction Wars, just as a 100% damage dealer. When that very difficult wave's going on and you're trying to do CC to control them, she can just take them out. If you take both of her moves with that extra turn and focus one enemy, almost nothing can survive. So she's worth it every step of the way. Now, let me real quick see if there's anything I can do about her accuracy, and we'll try to show that off too. Okay, so as much as my silver would allow me, I went ahead and got her accuracy where it's usable, especially in dungeon content like the Fire Knight. I put on some speed boots to get her moving, more like a regular utility type build. I went with the perception set, took one of my cruel sets off, went with the accuracy better, had a little bit of attack on it. I did, let's see, in the end I suffered quite a bit, about 700 attack, but I'll be able to live. She's still kind of low on crit rate. I don't have the silver to even max out everything that I've got on her right now, but this is a usable build. And now we're going to get utility out of her A2. We can land that weekend when we're up against the Fire Knight. We can remove 2 buffs from. That's going to be great in arena. That's going to be great in the faction crypts. That's going to be great in regular content. Doom Tower. Also, I did go ahead and redo her masters to fit this build. This helped me get my accuracy. Lore of Steel helped me with all of my 2 sets, all my cruel sets. I'm going to get a little more bonuses out of them. I always take Evil Eye. Anytime I go down this tree, I'm going for Evil Eye. And Master Hexer, I just had to pick, between Master Hexer or Spirit Haste. I took what I could get, land that weekend longer. I went for crit rate, crit damage. I took Shield Breaker because in the arena, she's already great at ignoring defense. This will just make it better at breaking through shields. Definitely increase speed as she kills, because that's what she does. She kills. When I get my speed boots maxed, this is going to start to make her a quicker going around through all of her abilities and just taking people out. Increasing damage on the first hit, help her to get that kill every turn. Cycle of Violence is super cool for her. She only has 2 abilities, so anytime this cools down her A2, she's going to use it and get an extra turn, bringing her A1 back around. It's like getting 2 free turns if that procs. And then I went for extra damage on my A1 as I use it up to 10%. I went for Kill Streak, get extra damage in all the content, including arena. And I went with Helm Smasher. So sometimes we're going to hit less, sometimes we may hit quite a bit more. But that almost gives her 100% on decreased defense when it procs now on her A1. So let's just try her out, and we'll go back into arena and see if we can't make use. Do we have here's a Skull Crown. Let's see if we can try to make this actually happen. What we want to see, my ability to remove 2 buffs. Maybe I should have took a different team. Somebody that kills Skull Crown. Well, let's see how this plays out. So we're gonna go ahead and speed up. Let's just start picking on her now, because we really want her to die to show off what we can do with our accuracy now. Okay, so here's where you're stuck dealing with Skull Crown, knowing that she's gonna get a massive hit on your whole team, even though you've already killed her because she's unkillable. This can remove 2 random buffs. There we go, 100%. She's gone, didn't have to worry about the unkillable buff, and now we just take the next biggest threat. We do what we do, we kill, right? So I kind of like this utility build. To be honest, I'm kind of liking this utility build on her. I need a little more silver so I can push it further. You see that she had revive on death from making that kill, so she's right back out. Let's see if we can provoke him. Now he can't heal anybody. We'll just kind of keep working on everybody until we get around to somebody that she might can finish her off. Yeah, there we go. Speed back up. And if we get another turn, it's obviously an easy kill. Apothecary, bye-bye. Man, okay, so I really do like the utility build. It's looking good so far. Now let's redo Fire Knight. I'll speed this one up. But let's at least start out seeing how this goes. Now that we can put Weaken on him, it might up our damage on both Cold Heart and Crutraxa. You can see when you have so many extra turns coming around, the ability to revive yourself, and just the raw power she has. I'm telling you, when you book her out, you're booking her if you want that utility and the damage. And now that I've booked her, I might as well take advantage of that utility. It's a 100% chance to land, weaken, and to remove buffs. So if she comes around here with an A2, let's see what's next. There we go, remove the buff and put weaken on them, letting us just slice right through. Now here again, we get to watch the shield go down at amazing speeds, hopefully. Now the only question is, yeah, there. We took the turn meter down and it's already over. We won the fight. And there we go. Again, she outperformed, pretty consistent on damage. So I think I'm going with the utility build from now on. That's the way I'm going to stick with it for now. Definitely an amazing champion. In the arena, she could take half the team out, just without question. The raw damage she puts out, if you got her, you don't want to sit on her. I mean, you may have other champions you need first. You may need some utility if you're still working through certain dungeons, but like for Fire Knight, she's a huge help. I mean, that's a lot. A 4-hitter A1, and when her A2 goes off, she's getting 5 hits. That shield's gonna come down, and you see the damage compares to Cold Heart with single target attacks. So not all single target heroes are trash. That's absolutely not the case. A lot of times they're easy to overlook though, because you would rather have somebody that can crush a wave in one move, but she can go through a wave pretty quick on her own. And imagine when I get her built faster, actually get everything set up, spend a little more of my silver on her if I can get my hands on some more. Yeah, she's awesome. She's definitely awesome. If you've got her, enjoy her. One of the coolest looking champs in the game. To me, that's one of the coolest looking champs in the game. So there we go. I almost didn't want to touch on her just because she's a void champ, a void legendary. They're so hard to get, but I think she's worth going over. So that's it, guys. Until next time, enjoy the grind.